Wow. Oh. All right. Here we go. Here we go, guys. TBS. Here we are in San Antonio. March Madness 2022, the Sweet 16. The regional semifinals were in the South region as the number 5 Houston Cougars take on the number 1 Arizona Wildcats. Got a good game here. What's up, my man? Thanks for joining, bro. Appreciate you. What's going on, my man? We're going to have a great game tonight between my Houston Cougars, the number 5 seed in the South, taking on the number 1 seeded Arizona Wildcats. Arizona came off an overtime win against TCU in the second round, and Houston comes off a pretty good win against the Illinois Fighting Illini in the second round, and these two match up for the first time since 2009. The Houston Cougars on their third straight Sweet 16 appearance in the NCAA tournament. Going to be taking on the Arizona Wildcats. A lot of new faces for Arizona. They haven't been in the tournament since 2018. Take a look at the starting lineups for tonight. Got 3 graduates. Obviously, Houston has a lot of experience. Tajay Moore, Fabian White Jr., Josh Carlton, Kyler Edwards, and Jamal Shed is the sophomore. Take a look at the Arizona Wildcats. Obviously, Benedict Matherin, outstanding performance, 30-plus point game against TCU. A lot of great players on this Wildcats team, one of the favorites in the tournament. And, of course, for Houston, you have Kelvin Sampson, who I think is one of the best coaches in college basketball. Done an incredible job to change the Houston Cougars sports program. So it's going to be a great matchup, expected to go down to the wire. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think Houston has a good advantage in getting those offensive rebounding. Arizona has struggled in getting rebounds, especially against TCU. So we'll see what's going to happen. I think Houston could potentially take advantage of that. I think it's going to be good. You know, Houston, they're not a 5 seed. They're better than a 5 seed. It's going to be a lot of fun, really 50-50 at this point. Houston wearing their black and red jerseys, Arizona in white. It's going to be a great game as we approach tip-off here. Full house in San Antonio, and off we go. Houston wins the tip. Actually, they don't. They lose the ball. Not too great of a start for Houston. Great uniforms by the Cougars. They should have gotten possession of that, but they lost it. Arizona going to start with the basketball here. Good defense by Houston. Houston, one of the best defensive teams in the country. Arizona nearly loses it there. And Arizona going to try a 3, in and out. Rebound there by Fabian White Jr. for the Cougars. And here comes Houston. Jamal Shed throws it over to Fabian White. White on the drive. White lays it up. Gets the roll and gets it to go. Cougars score first, and it's 2-0. Cougars first on the board. A lot of great players on the Arizona team besides Benedict Matherin. Arizona averaging about 85 points per game, which is 3rd in the country. Short jumper there by the Wildcats comes up short. You know, Christian Coloco for the Wildcats has been amazing as well. Number 35, as Houston has possession once again. Up by a deuce. Jamal Shed with the basketball. Over to Josh Carlton, and to steal by the Wildcats, and he loses it. Got a couple of turnovers here by both teams early in this game. Really, really surprising to see both teams coming out with some turnovers here. Maybe a little bit of nerves catching up to both teams here, but yeah, teams turning the ball over. Houston retains possession. Texas Tech getting off to an amazing start in their game in the Sweet 16. They're up 10-4 against Duke as Houston trying to break through this defense. Kyler Edwards kicks it out. Tajay Moore tries a three and he nails it. Tajay Moore from downtown. Houston takes a 5-0 lead. Tajay Moore had an amazing game against the Fighting Illini of Illinois. Put up a tremendous performance, and he was dominating throughout. Here's Mathurin, and he's short. Rebound by the Wildcats. They try another three, and they get another rebound, and that's the putback. Floater goes in for the Wildcats. Terry with the make for the Wildcats as they get their first points of the game. Arizona 1 for 5 tonight so far. Tajay Moore with the ball once more, guarded by Benedict Mathurin. Fabian White now. Back to Kyler Edwards, who has been outstanding, shooting from three, the senior transfer from Texas Tech to Houston as Tajay Moore with the shot clock down to 3. Down to 2, Josh Carlton inside, lays it reverse, unable to go, didn't touch the rim. Here comes Arizona back the other way. Mathurin a 3, lines it up, won't go. Rebound by Tajay Moore. Up ahead to Kyler Edwards. Edwards pulls up for 3. Won't go. Rebound there once again by the Wildcats. Here is Terry going to work. Terry blocked, but there's a foul. Foul's on Josh Carlton, his first. As Terry's going to head to the line for 2 free throws, 2 shots. Lots of Cougs fans in San Antonio, as I think you would expect. Houston only about 3 hours away from San Antonio. Obviously had to make the drive over to support the Cougs. And it's going to be such a close game as he misses the free throw and Houston gets the rebound. Terry 1 for 2 at the line. I think Houston, again, like I said, they can really take advantage if they start getting those offensive rebounds. Something that Arizona's struggling is rebounding. I think against TCU, we'll see what Houston can do. Fabian White, he travels nearly, and he turns it over. Third turnover, in fact, for Houston. The Christian Coloco hands it off. Mathurin back to Terry. Kyler Edwards on defense. He drives, but Arizona called for the foul. Houston has possession. Turnover by the Wildcats. The Houston defense lead NCAA in opponent field goal percentage. Arizona has possession. And another foul, this time on Jamal Shed. On Kerr, number 25. Jamal Shed, a sophomore from Red Oaks, Texas. Stayed in his hometown. One of the youngest members of the Houston Cougars team, full of graduates and seniors. Just really a complete different team from last year for Houston. Here's Mathurin being guarded by Josh Carlton. Mathurin floats it high up, and it's an air ball. Kyler Edwards with the rebound. What's going on, my man? How you doing? Here's Kyler Edwards. Finds Fabian White. White puts up a 3. In and out. Rebound. Carlton inside. He lays it up and in. Offensive rebound and bucket for the Cougars. That's what they do best. And that's what's got them. One of the big reasons why they're in this tournament in the Sweet 16 for the 3rd straight time. As Terry nearly loses it. Back out. And it's a turnover. Another turnover by the Wildcats. Both teams play sloppily, but Arizona has been turning the ball over quite a bit early on. And Houston, 7-3 lead, early timeout by the Wildcats. you guys doing today, man? I think it's going to be a great game. You guys should definitely stick around. Don't be fooled, guys. Houston definitely can beat them. Houston's been under the radar for some time, man. As a number 5 seed, honestly, they play much better than a number 5 seed with the Cougars. So hey, man, what's going on? Appreciate you joining, bro. Thanks a lot, man. Who do you think's going to win? You think Arizona's going to win? Or are you going with Houston? As we are back, big upset alert from earlier today. The number 4 Arkansas Razorbacks, they defeated Gonzaga, the number 1 overall seed, 74-68. One of the biggest upsets of the tournament. Gonzaga, to me, they're one of the best teams to never win in this tournament. They just consistently come up short, man, in the Sweet 16, whether it be the Sweet 16. They just cannot seem to finally get the win in the NCAA tournament for whatever reason. As Kyler Edwards, Houston has possession, up 7-3. Josh Carlton inside, guarded by Kanoko. And Shed goes, and it is blocked. And here comes Arizona on the fast break. Benedict Mathurin all the way coast to coast. And there is a foul, I think, on Kyler Edwards. Hey, man, what's going on, bro? Appreciate you guys joining, man. Who you got? Think Arizona's going to win or Houston? Yeah, man, you got it right, bro. It's Houston all the way. Go Cougs, man. Go Cougs. You guys know who I'm supporting, but I'm trying to be neutral, just so you guys know. Benedict Mathurin at the line for 2. Had a huge 30-point game against TCU in the win in overtime, making an incredible comeback to win that game. Take a look at Houston's defense. Best in opponent field goal percentage, limiting them to around 38%, as Tajay Moore checking out. 3rd in opponent points per game at 59. Really great defense, of course, led by Kelvin Sampson. As he makes the shot, the second one. And here comes Houston, Jamal Shed. Back out to Kyler Edwards. Edwards going to work. Kicks it back outside to Fabian White. White lays it up and lays it in. And the foul. Fabian White Jr. going to work. First team All AAC is Fabian White. Houston in the AAC right now. Going to be going over to the Big 12 soon enough. Take a look at Fabian White, the winningest player in Houston Cougars basketball history as he misses the free throw, unfortunately. For him, Houston up 9-4. As kicks it back out in the corner, tries a three, short, and Houston gets the rebound. Shed running the fast break. Shed up ahead, 3-on-1. Kick it out in the corner for three. Hits it. Coming off the bench, Houston keeps delivering. 2 out of 4 from 3. Houston's up 12-4. And Arizona throws it away. Another turnover by the Wildcats. Take a look at Jamal Shed leading the fast break. It was a 3-on-1. Kicks it into the corner. Yeah, the player come off from the bench for the Cougs, and he knocks it in. Yeah, Walker Jr., who had a kind of was suffering an injury in the last game in the second round against the Fighting Illini. He's back. Drills a great three, and Houston's up by 8 early. Here's Fabian White cutting. Back out to Edwards. Edwards goes inside, lays it up and in. No defense there as Edwards goes right to the basket, and it's a 10-point lead for the Cougs. 7-0 run for the Cougs. Mathurin kicks it out. Terry gonna load up, lines it up, and he hits. First three for the Wildcats today. Lead back down to 7. Terry definitely needed to make that shot. You have Koloko sitting on the bench for the Wildcats already. As Carlton sets a screen for Edwards. Edwards throws it up, turns it over. Great defense by the Wildcats. Mathurin up ahead. Euros can get the layup to go in, and Houston still can get the rebound, but there is a foul. I think that's going to be on Walker Jr., unfortunately. And Houston does a great job on defense once again. Forces the turnover. Houston up 14-7 at the moment. Arizona inbounding, 15 on the shot clock. Throws it up, won't go. Nice rebound there by Walker Jr. of the Cougs. Houston 6 for 10 from the field so far early on, doing a good job. As Jamal Shed navigating the offense, probing. Edwards trying to make something work here. Gives it back out. Shed drives, throws it inside. Cheney unable to get it, but he's called for a foul, and he's going to be heading to the line. Reggie Cheney off the bench for the Cougars. Reggie Cheney, averaging about 3 points per game. So far, misses the first free throw. That's been a problem for Cheney. So far, he's a great player. And I thought he did a great job against the Fighting Illini, playing some defense inside against their big man. The Illinois big man was causing a lot of problems. And he misses both. That just not good free throw shooting at all. You have to make at least one of them. Man, 0 for 2 in free throws so far. You got to knock those down. Houston playing defense, approaching 12 minutes to go here in this first half. And fighting inside, and it's an offensive foul. It's Cougar basketball. Nice job by Walker Jr. Coming in off the bench, hitting a three. Take a charge there, playing some defense. I like it. Great job. So here's Tajay Moore's check back in. Back out to Jamal Shed. Shed tries a three, top of the key. Too strong. Rebound by Houston. Chaney inside. Nice job. Back out to Shed as he resets. Houston up by 7. 14-7. Tajay Moore on the drive. Chaney inside. Chaney with a double pump fake, and he draws the foul once again. Let's see if he can hit some free throws this time. If he continuously struggles from the free throw line, I think Arizona's going to continue to foul him as we have a timeout on the floor. Houston up 14-7 in San Antonio in the Sweet 16. Houston's got to keep it up. They're going on the right track right now. They just got to make those free throws. I think sometimes they're struggling with that against the Fighting Illini. They got to continue to make those free throws because Arizona, they're a handful. It's going to take probably Houston's best effort to try and win this game tonight, and we'll see what they can do. Still quite early. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream. If you are, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Gonna be doing a lot of March Madness. Definitely gonna be doing some Final Four as well. So if you subscribe, turn on notifications as well. Appreciate you guys. Hey Emmanuel, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining again. Good start, but it's still early on, 14-7. I think Houston's playing some really strong defense early, but still a long way to go. Good to see the Cougs hitting those 3-pointers. Hey, nice, man. That's awesome. Great. That's really good, man. Great job. When did the game finish, man? What time? Take a look at most wins as a head coach. Tommy Lloyd of the Wildcats, right up there. Great coach. 33-3 record this year for the Wildcats coming out of the Pac-12. Houston out of the American Athletic at a 31-5 record. Reggie Chaney this time knocks down the free throw. Hiran, what's going on? Thank you for joining. How you been? I'm doing great, Houston's playing well. And Chaney gets a second one to roll in. Nice job. Houston up 16-7 now. Chaney goes 2 for 2 at the line. Arizona 2 out of 12 from the field so far as Houston leaves somebody open right inside. And that's a dunk by the Wildcats. Easy bucket there. Can't allow that to happen if you're the Cougars. Kyler Edwards coming up the floor. Reggie Chaney trying to set the screen. Back out to Tajay Moore, who had such a great game against the Fighting Illini. As Tajay Moore misses, but it's an offensive foul. And it's a loose ball, actually, excuse me. Take a look at this foul here. Yeah, he grabbed Reggie Chaney right there. Houston retains possession. Tajay Moore inbounding. Nice inbound. Chaney kicks it back out. Here's Walker Jr. Let's see what he can do. Edwards setting up the offense. Josh Carlton in the game as well. Edwards pump fakes, puts up a three. It's good. Kyler Edwards. Top of the key is money. Houston shooting great from downtown. Edwards with 5 points so far. Here's Koloko. Back out Mathurin. Koloko and Mathurin, those two are incredible against TCU. Let's see what they can do. Wide open for three. Right back at you. The Wildcats right down the drain. Kelvin Sampson looking on. Does an amazing job as head coach as always. 19-12 Cougars on top of the number 1 seeded Wildcats so far. Edwards on the drive, throws it, and it's another turnover by Edwards. Second one for him so far. Terry now going to pull up for three. Too strong, and Houston gets the rebound. Last touch by the Wildcats. Can't leave these guys wide open if you're the Cougars, man. They're going to knock those shots down. And you can see Kelvin's really mad. Take a look at Juwan Roberts off the bench, checked in. He's got to do a better job right there. Under 10 to go in the first half. Houston up by 7. Jamal Shed going to work. Drives, lays it off glass, and it won't go too strong. Arizona up ahead. Here's Mathurin. Mathurin trying to make something happen, and he's fouled. That's going to be on Tajay Moore. 6 fouls for Houston in the game so far. They've been picking up fouls, man. Nice job by Mathurin trying to do a little bit of acting there, but 3 fouls for Tajay Moore. That's just not going to get it done flat out. We need Tajay Moore to stay in this game. He's a vital part of the offense as well. Another 3-pointer. It goes! Back-to-back 3-pointers for the Wildcats, and they bring the lead back down to 4. Houston's got to start getting in their face again like they've been doing earlier. Got to start playing some better defense. Jamal Shed. Here's Fabian White, who's back in the game. Shed in the corner. Walker Jr. now on the drive. Pulls up mid-range jumper. It rattles in. Nice job there. Much needed bucket. 6-point lead for the Cougs. Mathurin, deep 3, short. Rebound there by Juwan Roberts. Back out to Jamal Shed. Fabian White is now being doubled. He's being trapped in the corner. And timeout by the Cougs. They had Fabian White in a bit of a trap, trying to figure out something. Here are the Cougs. They got to keep going on offense in order to keep up with Arizona. Their defense is great, but it can only hold up for so long. They got to keep going on offense as well. Houston up by 6. Timeout. It's going to go right down to the wire this game. It's a great start by Houston, but they got to keep it up. Arizona's offense is just too explosive. Got Benedict Mathurin. Plus you got Christian Koloko. Koloko has 0 points so far. He put up, I think, 28 points against TCU the other night. Mathurin's been held to 1 point. It's been Dalen Terry with 6 points for the Wildcats so far. The sophomore from Phoenix playing for his hometown team. He's been really good. Leading scorer for the Cougs has been Kyler Edwards once again. 5 points for him. Kyler Edwards has just been outstanding. Senior transfer from Texas Tech, raised here in Texas in Arlington. It's been a really great acquisition for this team. Cougars had pretty much a completely new team after you had Quinton Grimes last year move on. Jean Giroux. You have Marcus Sasser, Tremont Marks still on injured list, unfortunately out for the season. Both those guards are vital parts of this team. So you have a lot of guys like Tajay Moore, Jamal Shed stepping up in place of these guys. Obviously Fabian White and Kyler Edwards leading the way for the Cougars throughout this season. Edwards has just been outstanding. Take a look at his last few games. 25 points against UAB. Shot, a lot of threes in that game, 75% from three. He had 15 points against the Illinois Fighting Illini. He's been outstanding, leading the way for this Cougar team. Has been in the national championship before with the Red Raiders of Texas Tech. So his experience has been great. And let's see if they can keep it going. Take a look at some of the players from Arizona. A lot of players from all over the world playing for Arizona. Really great to see. Really, truly a global game is basketball. Houston with the ball. Kyler Edwards inbounding after timeout. Remember, Houston called timeout after Fabian White in a trap. Shed all the way to the bucket. Lays it up and in. 23-15. Cougs on top. I think Shed kind of hobbled a little bit. Not sure, but as Houston's trapping on defense now, Arizona's open for a three. It's another air ball for the Wildcats. Easy bucket there for Christian Coloco. Can't leave him wide open like that. Houston's got to do a little bit better inside in the paint. Overall, I mean, they're doing great defensively, I think. Solid. Got to keep going on offense, though. Shed. Here's White. White for three. Short. And tough rebound as he takes a fall is Terry, the leading scorer for the Wildcats. Takes a big fall there. He's fine, though. About 7.5 left to go in this first half. Another timeout with 7:22 to go. Houston up by 6. I was happy to see my man Ernie Johnson doing the coverage earlier today, pregame on TBS. Doing a great job as always is Ernie. I really hope the Cougars can pull this out. It's been, really a rough year for them via injuries, but they're just pulling through, and once again they're in the Sweet 16 for the third straight year. I think is really truly impressive. Great job by Kelvin Sampson. He's just outstanding. Can't say enough about how great he is as head coach of this team. He's just changed the program at UH to really a championship contender each year out. It's been amazing to see the growth of Houston basketball. I think Houston, they have to do a better job inside getting the rebound. I think they've done that throughout this run so far well, but they've allowed a couple of open shots in the paint. For the Wildcats, they got to clean that up a little bit, and I think they should be good. They're looking okay on offense. Again, you got to keep it up. It's the Wildcats. I mean, they're going to keep coming at you, so you got to stay in front of them. TCU did the same thing. They were able to stay in front, but then the Wildcats came roaring back. Obviously, TCU and Arizona did eventually go to overtime, but Houston's got to keep going as we are looking in San Antonio, the Alamo. Great support for the Cougars in San Antonio. Great to see. Number 5, Houston leading 23-17. Sixth career appearance for Kelvin Sampson in the Sweet 16. As Houston's going to inbound here, up by 6. Deep inbound all the way back to Fabian White Jr. Back out. Here is Jamal Shed. Back to Fabian White. Shot clock is down to 5 for Jamal Shed. Down to 3. Deep step back 3 is short. Houston unable to get the rebound. And it is Wildcats basketball as Terry now kind of limping on his leg there. Kelvin Sampson yelling on. Obviously does a great job. We know that. Josh Carlton in the game. Houston's got to keep holding on to a 2-possession lead somehow. A lot of Houston support. That's awesome. Just love to see it. As he's going to head to the line here for 2 shots. Actually, for 1. Makes the first one. As Tajay Moore is still on the bench, obviously because he has 3 fouls. You really want to see Tajay Moore out there offensively for the Cougars. It's unfortunate that he's already picked up 3 fouls in the game. So, a bit disappointed there as we approach 7 minutes to go in the first half. Both teams are in the bonus. Goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point game for the Wildcats. Jamal Shed once again leading it up the court. Look at Terry. He has 8 points and 3 assists as Arizona playing some strong defense, doing a great job trapping as Carlton kicks it back out. Here is Shed. He's being doubled a lot. And here is Walker Jr. back out. Shed tries again. Too strong. Rebound inside Carlton. And he gets the put back to go. That's what Houston does best. Get those offensive rebounds. Get the extra second chance points. And they have 9 second chance points so far tonight compared to 4 for the Wildcats. That's a signature of the Houston Cougars. As Coloco trying to find some room. Fabian White playing some good defense. And it's a steal. Jamal Shed back the other way. Puts it up and in. Nice forced turnover by the Cougs. And the lead is extended to 8. Great job taking 9 points off turnovers. It's a block by the Cougars. Here they come on a run. Look out. Amazing block there by Josh Carlton, if I'm correct. Houston's got to keep going. Make this a strong run here. The momentum's on their side. As Shed, he is tripped. No foul. Carlton inside. He gets another one to go off glass, and it's a 10-point lead for Houston. 29-19. AT&T Center is rocking in San Antonio as it's nearly another turnover by the by the Wildcats. 10-point lead for Houston. Look at Carleton inside against Coloco. This is what I'm talking about. They can score inside against this Wildcats team. I think Arizona is a little bit vulnerable inside the paint. I think that's why Houston's done a good job getting those offensive rebounds. Up 29-19. Benedict Mathurin heading to the line for 2 as there was a foul called on Houston. Sorry, that's Christian Coloco. Excuse me. It's not Benedict Mathurin. Christian Coloco at the line. He knocks it down. Christian Coloco from Cameroon, junior 7-footer, misses the second free throw, and Houston gets the rebound. Jamal Shed back the other way. Kyler Edwards now with the basketball. 5 minutes to go in the first half. Edwards pulls up for 3. Couldn't get the bounce. And it's going to be, I think, a loose ball foul against Houston. Arizona has possession. As Reggie Chaney going to come and check in for the Cougars. As Carleton has picked up his second. Going to head to the bench. Josh Carleton, I think, has done a great job. A couple of good baskets for him. Once again, Christian Coloco heading to the line. Hits that one. "28 points versus TCU had Christian Coloco, makes both of them. And it's back to a 7-point lead for the Cougars as Coloco checks out for Arizona. Tajay Moore's 3 fouls for Houston. Shed has 2 and Carleton has 2. Fouls situation for the Cougars. Edwards. Chaney back across to Shed. Shed drives, lays it up. Can't get the roll. Too strong, and it's going to be Wildcats basketball. Shed thought it was his. It wasn't. Arizona going to inbound quickly. Benedict Mathurin is Kevin Sampson once again. Looks on. Nice pass. The runner, no good. Houston with the rebound. Walker Jr. grabs it. And once again, here come the Cougars on offense, up by 7. See if they can extend the lead. Take a look at the Texas Tech Duke game. 33-29 Tech on top of Duke with 9 seconds to go in that first half. That game is on CBS. The other Sweet 16 matchup. Shed, shot clock is down to 5. On the drive, puts it up. Doesn't get the bounce. Nice rebound. Fabian White inside. Here's Walker back out to Shed. Shed's been a primary ball handler for this Cougar team. Again, shot clock down to 9. Shed pulls back in the mid-range. Clock down to 5. Edwards pulls up for 3. Short. Rebound there by Mathurin. Up ahead to Terry. Kerr back out to Mathurin. And nearly loses it due to the Wildcats. Edwards almost gets a steal. He doesn't. Still stays Arizona basketball. And you have another timeout on the floor. Arizona calls a timeout. 3:20 to go in the first half. Houston up by 7 in the Sweet 16. Keep it going, Cougs. You're doing great. Keep it going. Just got to stay out of foul trouble if you're Houston. Think you're doing a good job on offense. Just cannot turn the ball over. Defensively, they're doing solid. They're just fouling a lot, and they're heading to the free throw line. So I think that's been what's happening last few minutes. But again, Houston up by 7. 3:20 to go. Long way to go, but Houston still has to maintain that 2-possession lead, I think, throughout this game. Because at some point, Benedict Mathurin and Christian Coloco, they're going to start going off for the Wildcats. So, got to be careful. Leading scorer for the Wildcats still is Dalen Terry, with 8 points. You have Christian Coloco now has 5 with 3 out of 4 from the line. Mathurin still only has 1 point. Houston has done a great job on him so far. Everybody else has held pretty well. The bench coming in with a couple of points. You had Kier, you had Larson with 3 each. Houston, you have Josh Carlton with 6 points. Obviously, he has been productive inside the paint, getting some offensive rebounds. Jamal Shed with 4, Fabian White with 4, Edwards with 5, and you have Ramon Walker Jr. with 5 points as well off the bench. Ramon Walker, good story for him, freshman from Pearland, Texas, so around here in the Houston area, is going to his college. Freshman 6'4", doing a great job off the bench. As we are back, take a look at some key stats. Both teams shooting roughly the same from 3-point line. 9 points off turnovers for the Cougars has really been the difference so far. Arizona has not been shooting great from the field. Houston has done better than them in that category as well. As Houston's up by 7, Arizona's going to be inbounding here. Deep inbound. As here is Terry inside, nice pass, and he loses it. It is Cougar basketball. It's another turnover by the Wildcats. Hey, man, thanks for joining. I appreciate your comments on my video. It was nice to see you join the stream, man. Thanks. Go Cougs, though. Let's do it. Here is Edwards. Kicks it out in the corner. Nice ball movement. Shed on the drive. Back out to Cheney. Again, great ball movement by the Cougars. Let's see if it can result in a bucket here. Fabian White going to work. Can't get it to go. Cheney with the offensive rebound. Let's see if they can cash in this offensive board with a second chance points here. Kyler Edwards dribbling. 2.5 to go in the first half. Shot clock is down to 5. Down to 3. Edwards, Fabian, Reggie Cheney, and he gets it to go. Cheney puts it in. And Houston is up by 9, 11. Second chance points for the Cougars, doing what they do best. This was something that they honestly kind of struggled in the second round against Illinois, as Cheney locking in, playing some tough defense. Denied! Fabian White, but Arizona gets the rebound. Terry unable to make it go. Mathurin somehow comes up with it. Now he's too strong off the glass. And Houston is still unable to come up with the basketball. The bench is just going wild for the Cougars. Man, who could get that rebound? This ball was in the air for way too long. You saw Reggie Cheney or Fabian White with the rejection. And then nobody was just coming up with the rebound. I mean, it's crazy. Everybody was missing. And then it was all over the place. And then Shed dives into the bench. And then crazy sequence of events there. But Houston has possession. No, Houston doesn't have possession. And they tip it out again. And it is great defense by the Cougars. Kelvin Sampson again doing a terrific coaching job. Houston's one of the best teams in holding their opponents to under 60 Take a look at all the Cougars fans in San Antonio. It's tremendous what I'm seeing. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. It's been a great game, and thanks for joining. As a deeper inbound for the Wildcats, you have Terry going to be inbounding it again. We have halftime in the other game, 33-29, is Texas Tech on top of Duke in their Sweet 16 matchup. As Arizona inbounds, Arizona hasn't scored in the last 3 minutes, and that has changed. Matherin drains the three-pointer, and the lead is back down to 6, 31-25, as we are under a minute and a half to go. 4 points for Matherin so far in the game, as Edwards trying to go to work. Back outside, Shed with the crossover, drives, lays it up, too short, can't get the rebound, but there is a foul. And Shed is going to be heading to the line for some free throws. Shed with 4 points so far tonight. Hasn't necessarily been shooting the best today, 2 out of 9 from the field, but he's been has 2 assists today as well. Let's see if he can cash in with these 2 shots here. Houston's got to make these free throws. It's important that they make them. Houston's been shooting 2 out of 5 from the free throw line. Knocks that one down. Take a look at, there he is, the dream. Hakeem Olajuwon is in the house to watch his Cougars play. Obviously, he was a center for UH, 1981 to 1984. 3 Final Four appearances for him. The legend himself looking on. Hakeem joins a lot of Rockets games. He does a tremendous job. Was helping Alperen Şengün the other day in training. That was awesome to watch as Houston makes both free throws. They're up by 8. Nice job by trapping Matherin, and it's going to be a foul on Kyler Edwards. Take a look at the trap there. I thought they did a great job. Not sure why that's a foul on Edwards, but I don't know what Edwards did. If anything, that should be a foul on Matherin, but whatever. Fabian White looking on, laughing. Under a minute to go. He's up by 8. Matherin heading to the line. 4 points for him so far, shooting 1 out of 7. I think Houston's game plan against him has been great so far. Matherin misses that free throw. A couple of missed free throws here by the Wildcats. 7 out of 11 from the line. He goes 1 for 2 at the line. 33-26. Under a minute. Arizona's been going to the free throw line a lot more than Houston. 5 more free throw attempts do the Wildcats have. Jamal Shed against Matherin, drives by. Edwards in the corner, 3. Can't get it to go. Last touch by Arizona, and it's going to be Cougs basketball. Again with the possession. Shot clock resets to 20. 34 seconds left. Kelvin Sampson once again yelling instructions like he always does. As Shed going to be inbounding. Back out, Fabian White. And nearly a turnover. Stay Houston basketball. Now 32.5 seconds to go. That was a risky inbound by Houston. Again, they're going to be side inbounding here. Deep into the backcourt. Houston, probably its last possession of this first half. Edwards going to work, drives, and it is out of bounds. And Edwards is going to be heading to the line as he is fouled by Matherin. 2 shots for the senior from Arlington, Texas, Kyler Edwards. Great shooter for Edwards. 5 points today. 5 points, 3 boards, and 2 assists for him. Makes that first one. Cougars going to be taking the lead into the half here. But again, TCU, they did a tremendous job early on, as unfortunately Edwards goes 1 for 2. Houston can't keep missing these free throws. It's kind of frustrating, honestly. 5 out of 9 from the free throw line. I mean, that's good, but still, I'd like to see them knock the majority of their free throw shots down. But huge upset earlier today with Arkansas, the Razorbacks, knocking off Gonzaga. Gonzaga, they've been the number 1 team in the country for the past few years, and they're unable to come up with the national championship yet. Drew Timmy and company came up short. But Chet Holmgren, that's somebody the Rockets might look for in the draft possibly, assuming the Rockets clinch the worst record in the NBA, which could be a possibility. But Houston has played some really great defense so far in this game. They've been doing a tremendous job in the paint overall, forcing some turnovers, and getting a lot of points off those turnovers. 19 seconds to go in the first half. Houston is ranked 3rd in scoring defense in Division I basketball, as Arizona going to close out the half with a possession. Houston does a good job doubling, nearly kicks it. Mathurin lays it up, can't get it to go, and that is the half. Coloco couldn't get it to go. Mathurin was there as well. As what? You're going to be calling a foul or something now? Looks to be the half isn't over yet. I think they may have called it on Walker Jr. there. The play clock, the clock is already expired. I don't think that foul should count. The clock was already expired. It's halftime. It should be. I think it expired before he fouled him. See there, and there he fouled him. He fouled him after the clock expired, so I don't think that's a foul. I think it's halftime. I think the referees are reviewing that. Let's see what they call here, but I think it's been a good, solid first half by the Cougars. I think they've done a really great job defensively, specifically against Benedict Mathurin. Oh, so it's not on Walker Jr., it's on Coloco here, number 35. I think it's on what? I guess it's Shed then? Because it's not, they said it's not on Mathurin. They said it's on Coloco. I think it might be right. There's no foul. I don't know what you're talking about. There could be a foul here, but I think the clock already expired by that time. I don't know what the foul is. That could have been the foul, but I think the clock expired. I have no idea. This is silly. We should be at halftime. Come on. Obviously, Kelvin's preaching, doing his thing. The other game already hit halftime. Texas Tech leading at the half 33-29 over Duke in that game. As the refs are still discussing. I don't know where the foul is. Come on, just make the decision already, guys. I have no idea. They added 0.6 on the shot clock. I mean, on the play clock now. as Kelvin's looking on. And it's going to be a foul, and Matherin, no, Koloko. I guess Koloko's going to be heading to the line. I guess they called a foul on Jamal Shed or something of that sort. That's really surprising. Didn't really see any foul over there. Matherin, 5 points today. Knocks down the first one as Arizona's going to get some points here before the half. Matherin, 2 for 2. And I think Houston just called a timeout. Kelvin wants to try and get something. Launch a cannon. Oh my God, that nearly went in. How about that cannon across the court? Hit the backboard hard, and that was fun to watch. Either way, that'll do it. We are headed to halftime here in San Antonio. The Houston Cougars, the number 5 seed, leading 34-28 at the half over the number 1 seeded Arizona Wildcats. Great first half by both teams. Both teams playing some hard defense. It's going to be a great game. Stay tuned for the second half for sure. I'm going to go right down to the wire this game. But Houston did a great job in this first half. Shot 45% from field goal compared to 28% for the Wildcats. Houston had a 10-point lead. It was the largest. Arizona has not led in this game yet. Rebounding is pretty even. Arizona gets the advantage in free throw shooting at 71% and in three-point shooting at 36%. Houston's only shooting 25% from three. Take a look at the leading scorers of the half. 6 points for Jamal Shed and Kyler Edwards, as well as Josh Carlton at 6 points. Very balanced scoring for UH. And 4 points for Fabian White. 5 points for Ramon Walker Jr. off the bench. For Arizona, it's Christian Koloko with 7 points. And Benedict Matherin with 5, as well as Dalen Terry with 8 for the Wildcats. Houston up at the half. 34-28. I think they did a good job on defense. I think they did a tremendous job getting those offensive rebounds, really getting those second chance points. I think that's what was the issue against the Illinois Fighting Illini. They didn't do that as well as they could. Houston obviously is a great offensive rebounding team. I thought they did that pretty solid. I thought their defense inside more or less was really good. I thought they did a great job against Benedict Matherin and Koloko. They're doing a great job doubling when needed, playing physical. I think they need to do a better job of shooting threes. They did that early in the game to take the lead. And they need to hopefully make some more threes in the second half. Got to keep it going offensively, keep attacking, keep trying to get those offensive rebounds. And if they do that, they should be okay. Got to continuously maintain a 2-possession lead because Arizona's going to come back. We know that, down by 6 at the half. And we'll see what they can do. I think Kyler Edwards at some point might have to start making a couple more threes. Looking at Tajay Moore, he only has 3 points. I think once he starts getting involved, I think that'll be great for the Cougars as well. And for Arizona, they really need to continuously, I think they're doing a good job getting to the line. They got to continuously do that. If you're the Wildcats, get Matherin and Koloko continuously involved in the game more. I think they need to do a better job on defense, trying to get rebounds on the first attempt. Cougars are great at that. But it's going to be a really nail-biting finish, I think. And we'll see, Cougars played well in the first half, but, I think the Wildcats are going to make some adjustments in the second half. But, Houston can definitely win this game. We'll see what they can do. But Hope you guys enjoyed this stream. Be sure to hit the like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And gonna have to unfortunately end the stream here, but hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. I have school tomorrow, so I gotta wrap it up right now. So anyway, thanks for joining.